Oh boy, another Tracer YGO Dragon video sweep thing. Um, yeah, so I went to locals last night, and I won playing the best deck, so it was pretty cool. It's gonna be a quick profile. It's not gonna be anything like special. So yeah. Main deck was 40. Yeah. For the Rockets, we played two Tracer. Shout out to Deadly, Recharger, Synchron, Abzo. It's pretty basic, no real explanation. For the normals, Safer, it's the babies, Black Metal Engine, and then Levy. This is all kind of standard, no explanation on that. This is just because Nib is kind of in the format. Like, it kind of sucks, but it's like, whatever. So, you kind of need to respect it. So this is one of the ways you respect it, by like seals floating into these cards. Plus, like, seals floating into this instead of mag, if you have regain setup, is just more follow-up for you because your like extenders are just way better. So yeah, I go to you. For the base seals, still Rebellion, 3 mag, 1 Druis, 1 Sarnier. That's all you really need now. You don't need to play more because these cards in theory really kind of suck into everything besides like branded. And you kind of have an easy branded matchup if you open like a hand trap or two with like these, so you're like chilling. Mag is the best one, like obviously because it searches everything in the deck. And then you just need these for like the combos, and this is just like spot removal. So you always need one of these like in the deck. And you can just like loop it multiple times by grabbing it back from the graveyard with Magnemite, or you can like just regain, banish it, and then get the Lubellion like mag loop like in rotation over and over. Because there are some games that there's a game versus like the Tyria where I did that because he milled like 10 cards with my deck and I built all my Abyssals, so I just kept banishing him and like established regain. So I was like chilling. You only need 2 of this because you have like 10 ways to this card. Safer, Ravine, and then Space all by themselves get you to this, so like, so you only need 2. And you play technically 3 if you play the third Sarnier, because this can dump Lubellion into the graveyard if you open like Abyss Seal too. So like you're fine. That's it for the Abyss Seal though. For the spells and traps, just 3 Space, 3 Schnell Start, Quick Lunch, 2 Field Spell, and Beast and Regained. This card's insane. You can usually play around Nib a lot better. Like, you usually do with seals, but with the regain now on the field, you can chain block the seals if you get nibbed and they have Ash, because it'll be seals mandatory effect 1, regain 2, because they summon the nib. So it's not like all in resolution. So you summon back Abyss Seal, Seal summons Red Med. Red Med summons Tracer from grave, make Baron, Baron pop the token, Baron pop the nib, and then the Red Med and the token make IP. So you're on IP Baron regain still like after you get nibbed, even if you just if you attempt to go for like the Seal Savage board. So it's like you're still fine. It's just, you know, sequencing and all that. But that's it for that. For the hand traps, 3 Valor, 3 Ash, 3 Imperm, 1 Talents. I think all this is self-explanatory. You kind of just need deck cards for the decks in the format. 1 Talents just because for the siding pattern, and I don't want to play a 40th card. I was debating on playing the prize card CD, but like after I thought about it, I was just like, the card's not that good right now, simply because there aren't a lot of Bistils in the format, and you don't really need another card that's inherently a brick by itself if you don't have like, if you're not already playing, and it only just gives you more recovery. But if you like sequence properly and everything with like your Bistils and like your graveyard, you can essentially loop like the Striker and like your babies and all that with this card by itself. So like you don't need any more cards, like more bricks in the deck essentially. So like there's no logic of playing that. But yeah, that's it for the main deck again. It's 40 cards, adios. Extra deck, all this fun stuff. Shout out to the homie Eric for making me this, adios, like 2 years ago. For the synchros, 1 Baron, because going first sometimes part of the end board. Going second, it deals with like 3 cards, or 4, because it beats over 1, pops 1, negates 1, and then if you make it with Druid Swarm, it deals with like so many cards. But this card's like OD. Going second, Scarlight, you still kind of make this. You don't really make it that much to like burn, because like it never really comes up. Because I feel like with this deck, you either win very fast or you lose very fast, none in between. But usually kind of can't. You mainly make it just to clear boards, because one of the big things in the format is like there aren't a lot of negates, so like just a lot of interruptions. So if you can force a lot of interruptions, then make this clear board, like your big pimpin'. And then Savage, Starlight, Savage, because it's mandatory for the end board. That's for the synchros. The Lynx, Axis, Borland, generic boss monsters, and then Cash Can out this if you clear Rise Heart. Unicorn, Triple Burst, OD. Part of the combo, board removal, spot removal, I mean. Dark and IP, part of the alternative end board. Really good versus Despia, because you can Despia take Halberd, make Pissy with it, which is kind of dumb. Romulus Quad. Ball is Life, the best card in the deck. The main reason the deck is always viable. You need 2 of these, because you kind of need to grind in the format. Rom, Field Spells. There are some cute lines where you can like special stuff back to the zones it points to. Special like chain block stuff to get more bodies on board from hand, like the Bestials, so like you're chilling. If you're playing like a 2 mid, be better. This will get flex spot. You don't really need it that much anymore, but it comes up when you go for like the Seals quad Pissy line to like make Borland underneath it. But yeah. And then Pissy and Striker. Free my boy, because Diabolus is like really hard for this deck. But yeah, these cards are like basic. That's it for the extra. For the side, for what I played, it was 3 Lance, 3 Evenly, 3 D-Barrier, 2 Thrust, 2 Darkler, Talents, and Duster. I feel like this doesn't need an explanation, nor does this or this or these. I think these are kind of whatever. But I feel like this is just kind of the point of discussion I kind of have to get into. This card's like okay. I might cut it for more Bestials or like Gamma, but I for sure want to play more of this, just because it makes the it basically covers like more matchups than you would expect, just because it essentially makes the Sprite matchup way easier, because you really die to Sprite. Like Sprite's still like a really hard deck for this deck to like play against, so this makes it post-side like an easier matchup since you don't guarantee auto die. And it makes it where their end boards at that point are just like Smashers and an Ash. And it's way better to, it's way easier to play through Smashers Ash than it is to play through like Smashers Ash, Toad, like Bujinki, like nonsense. It's just like way too much. Logic behind why I played this is just more copies of like Space, Imperm, Ruler, and Talent. But yeah. But I might cut these cards out in theory for something else. I don't, X-Helps is a thing for it, but yeah. And then these might just be like either the Gamma package with like the Thrust, or one more, or like more Bestials and like the Rulers, because I think the Bestials are very good versus like Despia, and at that point versus Despia you just never lose, because if you have like a hand trap with the Bestial, like it's just way too much for that deck to play through, because at that point you're not getting Expulsion, and it plays around like a lot of the locks versus the Expulsion lock way better. But yeah, that's about it for the deck. It's a quick rundown. I sweeped actually, which is insane. I 2-0'd all of my opponents, which is like insane. I played versus Dark World, 2-0'd Materia Earth, Vernus Self-Pile, 2-0'd Despia, 2-0'd what else it was, and then the mirror match in the final, then I 2-0'd it too. So I was like, that's pretty clean. We're pretty clean with it, bros. But yeah, that's it for the deck profile. Shout out to the homies, and yeah, see ya.